Hi everybody, it's April. I'm going to do a painting today. I'm going to do a flip cup. It's kind of fun. You never really know what you're going to get, so it's exciting and it's a surprise. And if you have a good color palette, you can't really go wrong. So it's perfect. I do want to say my thank yous that I like to say. I want to say thank you to my aunties and my cousins across the board. You guys have all been supportive. My sisters-in-laws, you've been very loving and supportive. My sister-in-law, Whitney in particular, has been wonderful. My mother-in-law has been great. All my family and friends here in Colorado and my family and friends in California, you've all been great and supportive and loving, and we'll keep painting if you guys keep giving us such wonderful feedback. So thank you so much. I'm going to do a quick little mixing video to show you how I mix my colors, and then I will do a painting, okay? Okay, so I have a couple different things on here that I wanted to show you. So it's hard to give you an exact recipe of what I do just because each paint is a little bit different. But a good rule of thumb is that you want all your paints to kind of be the same consistency. So pigments are really thin, heavy bodies are really thick, but you can make them the same consistency using Floetrol. Some people use pouring medium, which you can get, but we're cheapskates, so we like to get Floetrol. So I buy big bottles at Lowe's and Home Depot and then put it into a manageable bottle. And when I put it in here, I like to strain it, or you can do cheesecloth or even pantyhose with rubber band over the top of the bottle works good. And you want to shake it up real good. And then I go into a cup. Sometimes a cup, sometimes I use, these are really cool. They're slime containers and I got them off Amazon, and you can wash them and use them again. But I have a tendency not to use all my paint at one time, so I like to lid it, put a lid on it. Or you can get some press and seal, works really good, saran wrap, even baggies. But I mix kind of all at once. I just have one day where I just mix all my paints, and so I have a bunch that I just need to use up, but I wanted to do a little bit just for you to see how I do it. So there's craft paints, kind of higher end, more expensive craft paints, home decor paints, art acrylic paints, heavy bodies, and pigments. So that's pretty much all the ones I use. I also use my white I do big batches of that in the Artist Loft Flow acrylic. And that's from Michael's. And so you want to get some flow into a cup, and I would just put in some paint, maybe like, I don't know, that was like a quarter of the bottle. And then I just stir until I get the consistency of all my other paints. So this is a little bit thick. Let's see. And when they sit for a minute, they tend to thicken up also. So I may not even know for a little while the right consistency I want. Oh, it's pretty close. I'm going to do a couple drops of water and get that in there. And you never want to mix water directly into the Floetrol, but once you have paint in there, you are good to go. Oh, that's pretty close. Let's see. Let's see if you can see it. So it's kind of a pretty runny. I like it pretty thin. Some people go thicker, thinner. It just kind of depends on what you like. That's pretty much how I do it. When I do pigments and heavy bodies, I do a lot of Floetrol and a little bit of color. And then I kind of put it in, I use the most Floetrol here, and then it gets lesser and lesser. So I would use, you know, a couple ounces to half an ounce of paint for craft paints, a little bit more Floetrol with these, more Floetrol with those, a little bit more with that, and then a lot with that. I just put in a bunch of Floetrol and a couple drops of pigment. So that's pretty much it as far as mixing goes. Okay, I'm gonna grab all my colors and we'll get to painting. Okay, here's my color palette. So they're kind of earth tones, but with little splashes of color in there. Some teals, but also some like browns and coppers. And that is my color palette. Okay, so I got my canvas here. I got my colors. I don't know if I'll use them all, but we'll see. And I got a, this is a cake tool. Rick ordered a cake spinner for paintings. And once I fill these up, I'm going to put them on the canvas like that. You can use cardboard, or your, when you do 1 cup, you turn the canvas over like this and do flip cup that way. But since I have 3, I'm going to use this. I've never done it before, but we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll have a big mess and it'll be so fun anyway. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with some teal on the bottom. And then I kind of like to alternate dark and light colors. And if you do it from up high, it'll sink down into the paint and they kind of mix. Alright, I think that's all of them. Let me move my colors away and then I will be back. Alright, let's give it a shot. So, I'm going to just kind of hold that tight onto there and slide it right off. And oh, and my canvas is dry right now. I'm going to, see, that worked. Cool. Awesome. Didn't think I could ever do it. I'm going to put some white kind of around, so then those colors will kind of mash into the white on the canvas. And then I like to let them sit for a minute, so they've been sitting while I did the white. And basically all the paint that was in the bottom will then move to the canvas. And I'm going to flip it up and kind of pull it. And I'll do this one this way, this one that way, maybe this way, and then this one that way. And then all the paint will spill out. And we really don't know what we're gonna get, so it's kind of fun because it's a surprise every time. So let's give it a shot. Okay. We may use the extra paint that's in there. This one will go this way. And then this one will go this way. Okay. Cool stuff happening already. Ooh, pretty. Okay, I'm gonna torch to pop some air bubbles. Okay. Oh, I'm loving how the pigments are kind of speckled and the other stuff is coming up underneath. That's very cool. So I'm going to give it a stretch and then we'll see where we want to go from there. That way first. Okay. And come down this way a little bit. Okay, it's really opening those up so you can see the colors, so that's kind of cool. And then I'm going to try to bring this white over the edge. And I want to kind of open this up a little bit and try to get it down to this corner. Okay. in my head if it's in the shot. But painting first, right? Okay, perfect. I'm going to bring it back. Because I like that white streak right there. And that one too is really cool. Okay. Bring it back down a little bit. I like it a lot. And it's got those earth tones. It's also got those pops of color. Then the negative space is really cool in there. And there's sparkles and nice little teal line, and the copper comes in on that line really well. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And it'll develop a little bit more. The pigments will come through and kind of separate like oil and water. So I'm going to torch one more time. And then bring you guys in for a close-up. And I think we'll call it done. Okay, there's a little bit of a glare, but I can go in so you can kind of see all the cool stuff that's happening. The Fire Opal and that purple line right there, very cool. And there's that crisp white with that copper little river going through it. Some teal underneath there. And that's always cool, a little bit of lacing. And that blue. It's super pretty. And this corner's interesting. I like it. Well, I am a happy girl. I'll take it. Thanks for watching.